haven't ran the numbers recently, but as early as last year, our at least 75% of our homes were under 350,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin and Dubuc.
David Nguyen.
And we're here to talk about how to have great success in every market. And talking about success today, Dave, you've got another awesome guest. Who did you bring with us?
Man, I got my good friend Matt Blaylock out of Arkansas. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So Riverwood Homes, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here in Northwest Arkansas.
I love it. I love it. And I know based on our conversation in the green room, you guys represent a lot of neighborhoods, but in 2024, you've got three primary locations you're working on. Where are those at?
So we've got one kind of really central in Northwest Arkansas in a town called Lowell.
Okay.
We've got some a little south of Lowell in Fayetteville, which is going to be really cool. It's a retirement community, so It's going to be more unique to the Fayetteville market. There aren't many communities, if any at all, that are going to be like it.
That's awesome.
And then sort of just to the west of Fayetteville is Farmington, and we've got a community going in as well there. That's more of your traditional style housing.
That's great. That's great. So Matthew, Arkansas, are you a native to Arkansas?
I sure am. It's funny. I was born and raised here in Fayetteville, went to Fayetteville High School, and then went to the University of Arkansas. I couldn't be more native than I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you graduated from college at Fayetteville. Did you jump right into real estate, or where'd you catch speed?
You know, I actually got hired on here before I even graduated. It was a few months before my graduation, and I was so thankful they offered me the job because I love working here, and I couldn't really see myself anywhere else at this point.
That's awesome. Well, and from what I can see, you know, again, you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but pretty deep family roots with Riverwood Homes. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my uncle is the owner and operator. He's the builder here. And when I graduated high school, I reached out to him and I said, hey, do you guys just need some help, like on the job site? I'm just looking, for some labor. And they took me on. I worked there for several years, just doing job site work. And then when I got going into college, they asked me if I'd be interested in an internship. And I was like, yes, please. That sounds amazing. And it really just kind of shot off from there.
Well, that's awesome, man, because that goes from construction hard hat, right, all the way up to, real estate sales. So you really were involved in the bricks and sticks, right?
Yeah, and I
from a younger age.
Give myself that much credit. I was more of like a job site cleaner. The guys that did the real work, they do the work, and they'd call me in to clean up afterwards. But I did learn a lot of stuff about the construction of our products that I feel like is. It's unique to that position.
Well, that's what I was going to say. For you really have an insider's view on how these homes are built. So, what I've always found is when you really have that inside scoop, it makes it a lot easier to move the product because you can stand behind it. You believe in it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what goes into producing it, right?
Absolutely. I live in a Riverwood home, and I couldn't see myself living in any other product. It's
brand
great. I really can't say anything bad.
Well, let's talk about that. I know what it is, but what's that price point for the average home there?
So we're, depending on the floor plan, about $196, $197 per square foot, and we offer a very wide array of floor plans. Primarily, we're doing 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, but we've got a pretty wide array of sizes. Our smallest is going to be around 1,400 square feet, but we build all the way up to almost 2,800 square feet. So
that's awesome.
Pretty spread out.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off real quick here. You said 1,400 square foot starting at a couple $100,000. Let me tell you something. We're here in Texas, and if you're looking at 1,400 square foot brand new, you're talking almost $400,000, $500,000. So talk about affordability. Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really what the owner here focuses on. He loves bringing in affordability to this market here in Northwest Arkansas. We love working with first-time home buyers, first responders, teachers. We really enjoy that.
Well, what they say about the economy and where the public's going with the American public, the middle class there's no more longer a middle class. The fact that you're making affordability for homes in a price range in the 200,000, that's incredible. That's incredible that there's even homes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't ran the numbers recently, but as early as last year, our at least 75% of our homes were under 350,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So you guys are out there building some affordable homes. They're quality homes. You know that. You used to help build them. Yeah. Now you live in one and you sell them every single day. And, talk about family roots, right? That's where, those values come in. And you guys said, hey, look, we have a demand for inventory in this part of the country. And at the end of the day, we're not going to build the houses that cost $1 million because we want to make sure these homes are affordable for the common man, right? And the common person. And that's exactly what you're doing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. It feels good, to be able to come into your job every day and feel good about what you're doing and be able to, like you said, stand behind the product. Cause for me, it's not even something that I have to think about. It's just, I've seen it. I know it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your duties a little bit, man. Yeah. Cause I know you know what, almost 300 transactions last year or something like that. 2 or 3.
Yeah, gosh, we were very busy last year.
Yeah, and you were involved in all of them, So
yes, sir. Yes.
How the heck do you do it?
Yeah, I learned from the best. I've got 2 great teachers here. My 2 teachers, I had Linda Marquis. So she is the mother of our owner, Mark, and she has been in the real estate industry for, 50, 60 years. She has been an incredibly long practice agent. So she's had a wealth of knowledge. And then our executive broker, he's now the principal broker here. His name is Sam Nickham. And I every time I hear him talk, I want to have a notepad out and write down. Because this guy, I could not shout him out enough. Sam Nickham is
just knowledge falling out of his pockets, right?
I promise you, every time I hear him doing his thing with customers, I almost want to tell the buyers, please stop talking. I need to hear Sam. He's very good at what he does.
You need to get some AI on him that's listening at all times so you can duplicate that, right?
Yeah, seriously, I could talk for hours just about how good Sam is at what he does.
That's amazing.
He has taught me such a wealth of knowledge that
So you've got some mentors.
I thank every day for. Yeah.
You've got some amazing mentors, and that's what more can you ask for? Not only a history in the industry, but just, people that actually care about the customer. Yeah. And that's, I can tell, again, what goes back to, the price points you guys have marketed yourself in, the size of the homes that you guys are building, making sure that you're building these homes at an affordable price point. There's definitely, just amazing values here with your company. So, hats off to you guys for the things that you're doing for your community. That's amazing stuff. It really is.
Hey, Matt,
gosh, we're thankful to do it.
So let's talk about Arkansas a little bit. We're in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, but we're a national lender. We're in all 50 states. Real estate was a little bit down last year, but most of the realtors I talked to in Arkansas had a great year last year, including yourself. What's the draw to Arkansas? A lot of people, the affordability is number one. Yeah. The landscape, the Ozarks, the mountains, everything else. Let's talk about that. Yeah. Are you seeing a lot more people moving to Arkansas because of the affordability?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Northwest Arkansas is just it's amazing. I really, for lack of better words, it's just amazing. We've got a beautiful mixing pot of people and culture here. It's very diverse. You've got the University of Arkansas here in Fayetteville, which is a huge drawing point. And
it is.
Our economy here is really insulated by some pretty big companies like Walmart, Tyson, JB. Right. Those 3 companies alone draw tons of workers, people, skilled laborers, workers, upper management, corporate guys. I mean, I could go on and on.
You're right.
It really brings in a lot of different people here to work. Especially Walmart, they require their guys to have an office in Northwest Arkansas. So.
Well, I know that because we did a loan for one of the senior VPs. I actually think he was I think he was, I can't say CEO, but he was up there for Walmart. And it was pretty wild because his primary residence wasn't in Bentonville, right? But he purchased a home specifically to be close to the Bentonville location. And then he'd fly back on the weekends to be with his family. So you're 100%. That's awesome that they're doing that, because they're not just putting a business there, right, and saying, hey, we're going to plant ourselves here, but they're also saying, hey, we're going to be part of the community by requiring for our people to office here, right? I love that.
Yeah, it's great. And Northwest Arkansas is adding all kinds of stuff. We've got Crystal Bridges, which is it's a world-renowned art museum. And I mean, there's constantly new things that are going. And I already mentioned the University of Arkansas. That's a huge draw for me being a graduate. I love going to the football, the basketball, the baseball games. There's, in my opinion, there's always something here to do, and it's a great spot to live.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. So you've got a lot of great amenities, things that are coming in there. Affordable housing, right? I mean, Dave, I think we might need to buy some houses out there in Arkansas.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hey, if y'all ever want to swing by, I'd love to show y'all around.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Well, I know who I'd be buying from. There's no question about that, right? We're definitely talking to our guy, Matthew, here. So
appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. So you said 3 communities in 2024. One of those is primarily going to be for a adult retirement community, right? We normally see those in Florida, right? But you guys are taking a stab at it there in Arkansas. What's that look like? What's that?
It's going to be really cool, So we partnered with a national franchise to build this community. It's called Epcon.
Okay.
And this is like what they do. That's their bread and butter. So we're working with them to set up the community, but essentially we're trying to set up this kind of lock and leave lifestyle so that, the retirees that, like to travel, like to go out and do stuff, they can feel good about the community they're going home to.
That's great.
We're going to try to set it up so that there's like a pickleball court, a clubhouse, walking trails. We really want to have this nice, active adult community.
That's great. So let's elaborate that a little bit, because again, definitely affordability there, and you've got some elderly folks that may be thinking, hey, maybe this is the new spot. Maybe it's not South Florida that I'm going to move to, right?
Yeah.
So what is that community going to look like? You talked about pickleball, but what else do you guys are going to offer? Are there going to be restaurants in this community? Like what does that feel like?
It's going to be really close to a bunch of shopping communities, and it's actually right sort of next to like an elementary school. So you're really going to be in like a very, in my opinion, safe community. You've got kids that walk to and from that school all the time. There's a Walmart neighborhood market right over there. There's all kinds of small kind of shopping stores. There's like I want to say like a fitness, like a gym. I don't know if it's 24/7 or there's some kind of gym over there. There's just a bunch of stuff right next door to this community.
Yeah.
So it's going to be right next to anything you could possibly need, and it's all pretty much in walking distance.
That's awesome. How many doors is that going to be, Matt?
So there's going to be about 55 or 60. We're going to have several model homes, and once the neighborhood's completely done, we'll also sell those. But we've had a waiting list of people for this community, and it's been very sought after because there really isn't anything else like it in Fayetteville right now.
Yeah. And when does ground break on this project? Are you guys already building these homes, or is this?
So we've never really built a home in this style before. So we chose to build our model homes first. That way, if we encounter any kind of kinks or obstacles, we can overcome them on our homes instead of the clients.
Man, that's just
so we want to just get going before we actually build the client's home.
Your values are showing again.
I'm telling you, our builder, he really, it's hard to beat him. He really sets the tone, and it's so easy. Like I said, I'm going back all over myself, but it's so easy to work here because they just, everything they stand for is something that
that's important.
Everyone else would stand for.
Yeah, that's important. We see homes coming up here in Texas sometimes, and the question is how great are they, right? How well built are they, right? Are they being built for a buck to be made quick, right? Or are they being built for all the right reasons? And it sounds like your builder is building homes for the right reasons and making sure that you guys are taking the time to build them right. I love that. Sorry, Dave, go ahead.
Yes.
No, I just kind of, you're kind of one of the first new build consultant that we've had on this show here. And obviously, I'm looking at the houses. I can buy a pre-existing for $200,000, or I can buy a new build for $200,000. To me, it's a no-brainer. What's tell me the advantage. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Disadvantage of a new build.
No, absolutely. So the biggest thing that I love here with Riverwood is when you build a home with us from the ground up, you get to personalize it. Yeah. So a lot of these other builders, they'll offer you like a palette. They'll say you can pick from this palette of colors, this palette of colors, or this palette of colors. Yeah. We at Riverwood, we have our own designer that you would come into the design studio and hand pick everything. You pick your brick, your garage door color, your soffits and fascia. We have different roof colors. I mean, I could really talk for some time about all the different options, but you get to personalize that home down to even the door hinge color you get to pick. So, I mean, you really get to make this home yours.
Last time I looked, Dave, because we do this similar stuff here in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the treatment you get on the $200,000, $300,000 homes that don't exist anymore, right? Because now it's $400,000, $500,000. That's what you get on your $800,000 to $1.5 or plus $1 million homes, right? So, the fact that you guys are giving that type of luxury experience, right, to the first-time home buyers that are looking for value, man, wow. I mean, you guys are offer not just a great value, but just an amazing experience. Like this is good stuff, man. Really.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things we focus on is customer experience. All of the agents here, including myself, we put the customer first. The thing that we're taught, the first question we're taught to ask the customer is, what is the most important thing to you in your home? Yeah. And then that's sort of where we take it from there. It's not about, what's the biggest house I could sell this person? It's about what's best for them.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I feel it. I feel it in the way you talk. I feel it in the way you communicate. And, that's a great thing because at the end of the day, you want to be able to trust the builder that's building your home. You want to know that there was a little love that went into that. And I can definitely feel the love from this side of the camera. So great stuff, Matthew. Seriously. So, okay. So we've talked about a few different communities. So we've got the retirement community that's coming up. And then we have the other two communities. Tell us about those. Are they both 1,400 square foot to 3,000 square foot homes? So they're very similar to each other?
Yes, they're very similar. Now, the neighborhood in Lowell is the largest homes in that community will probably be about 2,100 square feet. The neighborhood in Farmington is where you'd see the really big range. Yeah. The neighborhood in Farmington, I really, really like. We've been building it for several years now. We're on to phase 4. When it's all said and done, we'll probably have something like 300 or 400 homes in this community. And
that's great.
Again, this neighborhood's right next to an elementary school, a neighborhood market. And because Farmington I'd call it kind of a smaller town. It gives you that small town feel.
That's great.
But it's right next to the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. So if you need anything, it's 10, 15-minute drive and you're in Fayetteville.
That's fantastic.
Really cool. Flipping to Lowell. So Lowell is really central in Northwest Arkansas. It's a great spot if you work for one of the big companies like Walmart, Tyson, or J.B. Hunt because it's so centralized. It's 15 minutes north up. You're in Rogers, Bentonville area. 15 minutes south, you're down into the Fayetteville, Springdale area. So it's really centralized, and I highly recommend it for our married couples where, the husband might work up north, the wife might work down south, and it's
commuters.
A perfect compromise. Yes.
Yeah, your commuters. So what goes into these subdivisions other than houses? Do you guys build any additional amenities?
We really don't, aside from just maintaining the entrances. A few of our neighborhoods have ponds and fountains, but we really focus on the affordability and keeping our POAs low. So pretty much in all of our neighborhoods, the POA is not going to be more than $200, $250 annually.
That's great.
So that's just another way we try to help our clients, with the affordability.
You're 100%. So an affordable home, an affordable POA, right? What do the taxes look like there in Arkansas?
Oh, it depends on the community. If you're going to be in one of the more developed, like Bentonville or Fayetteville, it's going to be a little bit more. But like Lowell, Farmington, there's still a lot of farmland in these towns, so the taxes are incredibly affordable.
Yeah, that's great.
Is it still USDA territory? Do you know or no?
Yeah, in Lowell and Farmington, we can do the RD loans and FHA loans.
Boom.
Riverwood, of course, we don't have any lenders, but we love to work with other lenders.
Well, we do offer both FHA and USDA products, but the benefit to the USDA, for that consumer that wants to buy that perfect home but doesn't have the capital up front, that's 100%.
Absolutely.
That's 100% product, right? So you can essentially get into these homes with no money out of pocket, and these are really well-built homes, right? We talk about the FHA piece. We also offer a program called the Smart Buy, and this is a down payment assistance program that's proprietary to us. So, if you've got consumers out there that are looking to get into a home, and again, they haven't had the ability to save up for the down payment, or maybe they have the down payment but don't have the closing costs, these are programs that we offer that can help get those consumers into those homes as well. So, if you're out there in those two marketplaces and, you don't have the capital, you can still buy a home, and you can still buy a great home because these guys have amazing, amazing products. So I love that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we love that because those loans really do go hand in hand with the first time home buyer. It really helps out.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So let's go back and talk about this. So obviously, we know what you're doing, with your building side of the business, but you're also a real estate agent, right? So do you ever step outside of the communities that you guys are building?
I do, but it's really at this point in my career, it's really kind of like for friends and family. Yeah. Riverwood, I'm so busy here. It really, if I was taking on a bunch of clients, I don't know, I'd
well, you're already taking on a bunch of clients.
Yeah. So I help out like my sister and friends here and there with their properties, but really, it's my primary focus is just helping people buy with Riverwood.
Yeah. Well, again, 300 plus home sales last year. You're right. You don't have the time to get out there and dabble with the side job, right? You've got to stay focused on those customers and get those in there, those folks in their homes. So, we get it. You're busy. So, yeah. I mean, that's over 20 sales a month, So this guy's, he's hustling.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
So let's explore a little bit. And we always like to talk, we know what you're doing at work, and we know this is a family business, right? What do you do when you're not at work, brother? Like, are you just typing here all the time?
He's always working, Devin.
That's the truth. I always keep my phone and a portable charger with me because oftentimes by 5 p.m. my phone is almost dead because I've been using it so much.
Right.
Outside of work, I love to go fishing. I have a boat that my grandparents gifted me.
That's awesome.
It was a remodel. We spent all summer working on it. So there's, on top of it being a great fishing boat, there's a lot of sentimental value there.
Yeah.
But I love to get out on the water and even, it'll be in my family for years to come. But,
that's awesome.
Gosh, I love to get out on the water, even if I'm not fishing. Northwest Arkansas's got tons of waterways that are, great for leisure and just casual boat rides. It's just something I really enjoy.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. It's funny. I saw my videographer over here give me the thumbs up. He was just out on the water this Monday. I was working, but he took my stepson out with him and his son. So, they got some beautiful, beautiful striped bass. They were absolutely good.
Oh, nice.
10 pounders.
I love bass. That's
about 10 pounders. So, we're looking forward to getting to try some of those this weekend.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah,
absolutely.
We love fishing. We've got the stripes over at Beaver. My grandpa, I wasn't alive, but he's got pictures of the time he caught a 30-pounder out of Beaver Lake.
Ooh.
It was pretty crazy. So there's some monsters out there. If you can find them.
Yeah. Well, again, we maybe didn't intend to go there, but what we're going there again is just showing people why these communities are great places to live. Because last time I looked, a lot of people like to go out on the water and, having the opportunity to maybe catch a 30-pound striped bass, that's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Northwest Arkansas is great for any kind of outdoor activity or lifestyle. I believe Rogers, Bentonville, Bella Vista area is just like the bicycle capital of like the USA. In my life, I've never seen so many people riding their bikes than when I go up north to the Bentonville, Rogers area. It's there's so many trails. There's this thing called the Razorback Greenway, and it connects a lot of Northwest Arkansas through bike paths. So if you're really into biking, there's a lot of good paths to travel.
What's so let's talk a little bit about weather there in Arkansas too. What does that look like?
Yeah.
You guys have some seasons? Is it just cold and hot? Like what's the weather like?
We get all of them. Northwest Arkansas gets the wildest of weather. So today, as of right now, it's kind of like in the 60s, maybe low 70s. But this morning it was like kind of in the 40s. Like we get the nice mix. In the winter, we get snow. We get ice. In the spring, we get lots of rain, and then the summer we get some heat. I'm sure it's not like Texas heat, but it's hot.
You know what we found is Texas heat gets hot and stays hot. What I've typically found in the central states, it gets hot but cools back down in the evening time, right? So
you're absolutely right. Yeah. It's great to be out here. Summer nights, being out late is some of my favorite things to do. Night fishing here, count me in. It's my favorite thing. The weather's great. The fishing's great. Not much to complain about.
With the seasons, then you probably get, a good spring where there's things blooming and just beautiful green, lush, And then I would imagine in the fall, you guys are actually seeing the leaves change and the colors changing on the trees.
Gorgeous. Northwest Arkansas is through the Ozark National Forest. So, we see all kinds of colors in the fall. It's just gorgeous. I was married in the fall just for that reason, because we wanted those colors in our photos.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to paint a little picture here, because we've got this beautiful scenery, right? This just amazing location, affordable housing, right? Which, quite frankly, in a lot of part of the United States today, that's a problem, right? There's a lot of difficulty with affordable homes. And
absolutely,
you guys bring those to the table, and then you got folks that are out riding bikes and enjoying this beautiful weather that we're talking about.
It's great.
Out on the lake. I mean, what's not to love, right? This is outdoorsman's paradise.
Absolutely. It's hard. It's hard to be unhappy here. There's a lot to enjoy and have fun with.
That's fantastic. I love hearing that. And I can see now why, you guys had so many home sales last year. You've got a little slice of heaven out there, you absolutely do.
Gosh, I'm of course biased being a native here, but gosh, I really can't see myself living anywhere else.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Matt, we could talk to you all day, but before we let you go, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
I think you've been in Realtor now, 6 or 7 years, right?
We're going on here like 4.5.
4.5. Sorry, 4.5 years.
No, you're good.
He's born to the business, right? He's born to the business.
He does 300 transactions a year. In everybody else's years,
not a rookie.
You've been in the business for like 40 years. You've done the same amount of traction in 4 years as it takes most people to do a 50-year career.
Yeah.
I always like to ask this question. What of all the transactions you've done, what's the one transaction that means the most to you? Why you say, "Hey, man, this is why I'm in real estate. This is why I like to sell homes."
It was my very first transaction. I worked with a guy. I sold him a house in our Farmington community, and he had moved here from Orlando with his family, and their happiness when the closing day came, they walked into their house and saw the finished product, the way their faces just lit up with smiles. I was just like, wow, this is it right here. I could do this for the rest of my life. When they come to their studio, we pick out all their materials, and we can basically put all of their house materials on a shelf. So it could be a little difficult to imagine the finished product because renderings aren't always the same. But once you walk into your house and they see this image, this dream they've been thinking about, when they finally see it, that aha moment.
Yeah,
man. Oh, I love it.
All those pieces came together,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's when you finally put that puzzle together,
build a home.
You step back and look at it, and you're like,
you build them a home. This is home. I think home is, home is where the heart is.
Absolutely.
And you're bringing those hearts to those families.
Oh, and I can just relate from when I moved into my Riverwood house. It was my first house, and I just hold those emotions in tight, and I just apply that to each transaction I work.
Man, what a great guy.
I can feel it, man. Yeah, you almost made me cry just now, man.
No, you guys are awesome, man.
No, man. At the end of the day, you care. That's what's great, man. You know what? I got in this business for the same reason. I've been in banking for years, but until I started, getting involved in the largest purchase of someone's lives, it's just the feeling that you give them when you hand them their keys is overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a special time.
I could not relate even more. It's that time when I slide the garage door openers and the keys over to them. I'm like, here you go, man. It's yours. That's cannot beat that feeling.
No, not at all.
So real quick here. So married.
Yes.
Kids?
Yes, sir. No. We just got married in October of 2023.
Congratulations.
So thank you. We're still trying to enjoy our young married
newlyweds.
Yes, yeah. We want to experience life together, travel a little bit, but we do want to have children here probably in the next 4 to 5 years.
That's great. And so if the wife was here, anything you'd want to say to her?
Oh, I just say, hey, babe, I'm on a podcast.
My man. I love it. Well, brother, we can't keep you here all day. We know you got to get back out there. You're a busy guy. Is there anything you wanted to cover today that we should have talked about?
Gosh, the only thing I'd leave, for the audience and the listeners is just, don't give up. I know the market can be discouraging at times, but stick in there because home ownership is worth it. It really is. I talk to all my friends about this that are in rentals and apartments. Just like, you guys are paying someone else's mortgage. You need to be putting this equity into your pocket, not someone else's.
Yeah.
It can be discouraging, but I really cannot recommend it enough, guys. Just stick with it. You will find your home.
Yeah. Build some generational wealth for yourself,
Absolutely.
That's where it all starts.
Could not recommend it enough.
We see families all the time, Matthew, that literally came from nothing, came from poverty. Yeah. It never had a home that their family could call their own. And you lead them to that home. And I think you do this all the time. I can feel it with your sincerity. And you teach them how they can actually start to build generational wealth for themselves. And,
absolutely.
The first time you see one of those buyers sell that house and move to the next one and take that equity and go, wait a minute, I just made $100,000, right?
Yes, yes.
How is this possible? How is this true, right? And that's the difference between renting and buying, right? That's the difference between renting and buying, because you're never going to have a rental situation where you walk away $100K up, right? We see buying situations where you walk away $30,000, $100,000, $250,000, $500,000 up, depending on the size of the home you buy, and that's because real estate invested is a great investment. In fact, in the 80 years of the last 80 years, the last 8 decades, we've only seen 7 marketplaces where property values have devaluated, right? Only twice has that happened inside of a decade. So what that says is you got a 91.75% chance that you're going to make money when you're purchasing a home. And that's...
Yeah. Hey, I'll take those on all day.
where else is that going to happen, right? Real estate. It's in real estate.
It's the best investment to protect yourself against rising housing costs. It really is.
My man. Great. A lot of wisdom with this guy. So.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Well, so again, we know you're in Arkansas, Northwest Territory. You represent a lot of markets. Go ahead and rattle that off again real quick.
So
are looking to find you. Where you guys
anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. We're in Lowell, Fayetteville, and Farmington for 2024, but we're probably going to be in other locations in Fayetteville, in Lowell. We're looking to be in all kinds of communities. We're always looking for land. We're constantly looking to find new communities to build. So
coming soon.
Absolutely.
And if you're a developer and have some land that you might want to turn them onto, maybe give them a call. Give me a call. There's a good fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we love to work with landowners that care about the land that they're selling, because we care about the community, and we really make sure that we're putting a good product out there for our customers.
Just a special kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So Matthew, when the folks out there want to find you, how do they get in touch? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, guys. So the best way is personal call. My cell phone number is 479-879-2991. If you're not good with calling, I can text, or if you prefer email, my email is Matthew with 2 T's and then the letter B as in boy at riverwoodhomesnwa.com.
And Riverwood Homes, NWA.com. That's the website too, right? If you're looking for that Riverwood community. Yeah.
If none of that works for you, just go to our website. We have an online sales assistant. His name is also Matthew, and he loves to help people. So, if you'd like to work through that way, check our website out. There's a lot.
Go window shop a little bit, right? Get a little window shopping in. Go check out the website, see those homes that could be yours, and then call Matthew. And he's going to get you in there, and he's going to make sure you get a great experience, and really well, taken care of because he cares. By the way, guys, we'll put that. If you're watching the video, you already saw it's in the lower thirds of the video. If you're listening to this podcast, please go over and check out the description, get Matthew's information, and make sure you give him a call because again, these guys truly care. It's a family-owned and operated business. They're building beautiful homes, and I've seen these homes at a very affordable price point. You're getting that luxury experience because they're going to let you tailor-make each step so that you can watch those homes come to life, from start to finish. So thank you so much, Matthew, for being here today.
Yeah.
Honored to sit across the table from you, brother.
Hey, same here, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Dave, anything you'd like to say before we wrap this one up today?
Man, if you're looking for affordable housing and want brand new, call Matt. He's your man.
Hey, thanks.
Give him a call.
Awesome.
All right, good stuff, guys. Well, we're your Real Estate Success Partners. I'm Devin.
I'm David Nguyen.
If you want to check us out, come on over to realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com. But we'd love it if you come over to YouTube at the Dubuc team, and you can watch that whole video with Matthew right there. Or check us out on Instagram or Facebook. We're going to have some clips out here and links right back to this podcast. So make sure you get out there and or other podcasts, right? And make sure you comment. We love the reviews. Please subscribe so we can keep bringing great content out to you moving forward. Until the next one.
See you guys.
We'll see you then.